Well, my crampons grip the ice just amazing. It got really warm today. The temperatures creeped up all the way to plus 11, so there was lots of water forming on the ice. We managed to get about 5 miles in and then turned around and came home because now it is time to discuss the LBE, load bearing equipment. Now, if you're in the UK, they refer to it as a PLCE, personal load carrying equipment. For those of you new to the channel, I'm Jeff Helm, Wilderness Scout. Now, one thing you'll find on this channel, I like to make belt kits and different types of configurations, as well as LBE, load bearing equipment. Load bearing equipment is a military concept. It's not a civilian concept. A big hobby and passion of mine is, collecting military surplus gear and equipment, and that is what I like to hike with. That is what I like to do my my physical training with, my cardio training. So I like to wear a LBE. I like to wear a ruck. Sometimes I will just wear a military surplus ruck. Now, for those of you that are new to the concept, an LBE, load-bearing equipment, has a lot of advantages. Well, you've reached your favorite spot. You've taken off your backpack, you've set up your camp. Well, because you're wearing an LBE, you still have kit on you so that you can go out and explore the terrain, stay hydrated, still have a knife, still have a fire kit. So if something unforeseen happened, you are still prepared for that situation. You just dropped your pack because you're doing some recon. Now that you've scanned the terrain, there's no immediate threats, you're going to put your backpack on. What's the proper way to put your backpack back on? So you perceived a threat. You thought maybe there might have been a grizzly bear, some timber wolves moving around. You stopped, you took off your pack, you checked everything out with your binoculars, everything looks good. Now the proper way to get your backpack on when you're wearing an LBE is turn the back of the pack, have it face you. You put your hands inside the straps, you grab the side of the ruck and lift it up over your head and then let it slide down. And then all you have to do is connect your sternum strap. Now, this type of ruck setup with the LBE, you don't need a waist strap on your ruck because your ruck is supported by your LBE. After using this style of equipment for a couple of years now, there are great immediate advantages, and especially in the summertime when the heat and humidity starts creeping up really high, really hot. You get lots of upper ventilation on your upper body. So the slightest little breeze, you're able to stay cooler. The evaporation process from sweat and everything else happens at a much better rate than wearing a backpack when it's stuck against your back, trapping all that moisture and heat against you. So it's definitely a lot more comfortable because it's much more breathable. The next advantage is just your overall ability for movement, hiking, scaling terrain, things like that. Because the weight is situated down low on your hips, that is like one of the strongest parts of your body. You are able to move over trees, climb some hilly terrain. You're able to do a lot more things and feel a lot more comfortable, say, than wearing a backpack when it's sitting up much higher on your back. And it can get very easy to lose your balance in those types of situations. For me, one of the funnest parts about wearing and using LBE is kitting it out, and some of you get creative. I mean, I think I drive my wife nuts lots of times because I'm like taking pouches off, putting pouches on. I walk around the house with my LBE trying out a setup, and I'm like, I'll tweak it a little bit here or there. And before you know it, hours and hours go by, and I don't mind. I could spend hours and hours putting on molly pouches, taking them off, rather than watching all the crap that's out there on television. My new addition to my LBE, I added a kind of a shoulder chest front carry knife. I like having a knife that's kind of just right there. My other knife is back here, you know, carrying on the kind of the back part of my belt, and it's not quickly and readily accessible. So I like to have a knife that's right at the ready. So I just added this Cold Steel SRK. Now, this thing is amazing. I love the rubberized textured grip on this thing. Wow, it came sharp, but I put it to the whetstone and touched it up some more. So this is a great knife, and definitely looking forward to using this thing a lot this year. Now, if you go through some of my other videos, you can kind of get an idea of some of the stuff that I carry in my LBE. I'm not going to do a breakdown today of it. Today, I'm just kind of more or less focusing on some of the positive aspects of an LBE, and especially for some of you guys. I know there's a lot of guys out there watching, you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you know, lots of times we don't need to carry lots of kit. You just need to carry your essentials, and the LBE will do that for you. It will carry all your essential kit nice and comfortably. Now today I was using my ruck because I was more or less focused on doing some good cardio training today and getting my legs strengthened out. So I did a pre-weight check. My LBE came in at 23 pounds and my pack came in at 27 pounds. So overall, I was carrying around 50 pounds of gear today. Just a couple minor tweak changes I made. I removed the smaller grenade pouches and I put in the smoke grenade pouches. They're just a little bit larger and just gives me a little bit more space to carry my GPS, compass, and maybe if I want to put some extra kit in there. Now when I'm out in the trail, I'm always sometimes finding different things that I like to pick or collect a little bit, whether it's birch bark to get a fire going, or you know, maybe I find a few other things. I don't know. I find the craziest things on the trail sometimes. So I did add a dump pouch to the side, just so that if I'm out and about and I see something, if I want to, I can grab it and I can quickly toss it in the dump pouch and have a means to carry it till I you know, get back to the car or get back to the camp or kind of whatever I'm doing. When you set up your LBE, it's really important to get the straps, everything pre-adjusted, so that as soon as you put it on, you don't have to adjust any straps. Everything is set where it needs to be, so it's right where it needs to be, resting on your hips. And then take some type of tape. I use hockey tape, and all the excess on the straps, things like that, you want to get that taped up because you don't want straps flopping around and things like that. Get those straps rolled up, taped up out of the way. As you can see, I did that on the back, so everything is nice and neat in place. I'm just fussy that way. I don't like floppy crap hanging around everywhere. I like everything to be where it needs to be, tucked in nice. All right, everyone. So, as I stated before, grab your ruck. I've already got my straps preset. Click in my sternum strap and I am good to go. We'll catch you all in the next video. Bye now.